Welcome to That's Based. Happy Wednesday. I'm your host, as always, Caleb Salvatore, reporting from somewhere underground. We're laughing our way through the end of days, brought to you by Live 365 Chris Baker Radio and our friends at Outlaw Streamers, along with Blood of Tyrants Wines. Drink bloodoftyrants.com with the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D. Like the title of the show, it's going to save you 10% off your order at the checkout. Drink bloodoftyrants.com with the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D. Like the title of the show, it's going to save you 10% off your order at the checkout. They got two types of wine, both red and white, along with the Liquid Freedom energy drink. One more time, if you go to drinkbloodoftyrants.com and you use the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show, you'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. All right, it's Wednesday. We did not have a Monday show. We were both just run down, lack of sleep, crap that's going around. We're better now, though, so we're going to do unsolicited advice today rather than doing a midweek show. This is probably going to be the format for the show in September through December, January, because I'm going to be on Crooks and Books. I get paid for that. I don't have time to record much more than 3 times a week consistently, so that's all there is to it. I get paid a lot more for that show than I do for this one, is what I should say. We will also tonight at 6 o'clock, if you want to come say hi to us, we're going to be at the Brett Lindstrom campaign kickoff event at Easy Place, 15761 West Dodge Road in Omaha, Nebraska. That starts at 6 p.m. We'll be there, Easy Place. Tonight, 6 p.m. for the Brett Lindstrom campaign kickoff, 15761 Dodge Road, Omaha, Nebraska, 68118. There's more details on Facebook. You can RSVP if you head over there. All right, well, Stockholm Mia, the red-faced white supremacy, is with us as, well, not as usual on Wednesdays. This is kind of a new thing. But what do you have to say going into this show here? Anything you about these stories you've picked?
No, you'll find out.
I'll find out. Is anything going to be vomit-inducing?
No.
Okay.
No,
Which one should I do first?
It's up to you.
Okay.
Take your pick.
Let's do the airline one since I'm going to be flying in a week. Remember, we will not have a Saturday show next Saturday. We will not have a Saturday show unless I can score like a last-minute interview to plug in that spot. I will try to get you one that we will air a day late on Sunday, but I can't make any guarantees. It depends on my flight.
Or if I decide to do the show.
You know what? If you want to do 2 hours, then go ahead. Because that's our time slot. All right. This is from Dusty Thunder. Or no, this is on Dusty Thunder is the sub. I don't know what Dusty Thunder means, but it says, am I the asshole for not giving up my window seat on a 6-hour flight to a kid? I, 27 female, recently took a 6-hour flight for work. For a work conference. I booked my ticket 2 months in advance and paid extra for a window seat because I get a bit anxious on planes, and the view helps me calm down. I'm also pretty tall, and I like leaning against the window to sleep. When I boarded the flight, I found a woman, probably mid-30s. I thought it said probably mid. She was just insulting her appearance for no reason. Probably mid-30s, already sitting in my seat with her 7 or 8-year-old kid next to her. I politely told her I had 21A, which was the window seat, and she asked if I would switch to the middle seat so her son could have the window. I said I was sorry, but I'd specifically paid for the seat, and I really preferred to keep it. She got annoyed, said her son loves looking out the window, and asked if I could just be kind for once and make a kid's day. I again said no, added that I had anxiety issues and had paid extra to choose my seat. She rolled her eyes, but eventually moved back to her original seat. Pause. Okay, so I've got questions for both sides here. I'll finish it. We got 2 paragraphs left. The flight was awkward. She kept giving me dirty looks whenever I got up, and I overheard her telling another passenger how some people just don't know how to be decent humans. When I told a friend what happened, they said I could have just sucked it up for a few hours and been nice. Now I'm wondering, am I the asshole for not giving up my window seat for a kid? So I got 2 questions, one for each side here. Number 1, how does sitting next to a window help with flight anxiety? Because I used to get anxiety on planes really bad, and looking out the window, seeing how far of a drop I have, does not do anything to quell my anxiety on planes. That's never helped me, ever. So that's my first question. How does seeing how far you're going to drop before you inevitably die in a fiery crash improve your anxiety? That's my question for the author. My second question is if it's so fucking important to this mom, who it doesn't say, but I'm going to bet dollars to donuts is a single mother. But if it's so important for this mother that her precious little baby gets to sit by the window, why didn't she pay for it? I mean, it seems like that's the right thing to do. I'll tell you why she didn't pay for it, because she's a single mom. And if there's one thing we know about single mothers, it's that they love handouts. The only thing they love more than handouts is using their child for social media clout and sympathy. So she's, of course, not going to pay extra for the window seat. She's going to use her kid and hope that somebody else will pay extra for her kid's window seat, because that is how her entire existence goes, which is begging other people for money. That is the epitome of the single mother right there. The anatomy of the single mother. Begging people for money and using her child as either an excuse to get out of something she doesn't want to do or get access to something she does want to do. The child is not a child to the single mother. The child is merely a means to an end, a vehicle to a destination, a tool to help her accomplish a job. And when that tool's done, she puts it back in the toolbox. You know, you could replace the word single mother with Jew here, and I would sound a lot like Hitler. That's what I was like. I'm the only person on the air with self-awareness to admit, that, though. No, you're not the asshole for giving up your window seat on a 6-hour flight to a kid. You paid for it. You don't owe anybody else's kid shit. If she wanted it so badly, she could have paid for it. Do you have anything you'd like to add to this lovely story? Side note, I'm sure the author's insufferable, too. I want to make that clear. The author's probably a fucking bitch.
Probably, yeah. No, I mean, I think you said it good. I just want to know why the mom thought she would go in and sit down in the first place there and just expect someone.
Because that's been her whole life.
Yeah. But no, I think you said everything.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, they're not the asshole. The mom shouldn't expect it.
There you go. Am I the asshole for not letting a service dog into my party? So I once knew this bar owner. It was a place we used to do comedy at all the time. The guy just recently passed away. And a lady walked in with a service dog. And he goes, "Hey, there's no dogs in here. You got to get that thing out of here." And she goes, "Oh, no, I'm epileptic. This is my service dog." And the guy goes, and I quote, "I don't give a shit what the fuck's the matter with you. If you ain't fucking blind, you ain't taking no dog in my bar. Now get the hell out." And that was he earned my respect that day. All right, so it says, I, 29 male, this is 2 years ago, hosted a pumpkin carving party for my friends and I this past weekend, and a decision I made is causing drama amongst us. The party was indoors, and it's still nearly 100 degrees during the day where I'm at. I dislike cats and dogs, any and all. My friends know this, primarily. I think they are filthy. I want nothing to do with them because of that. A buddy and his current fling, early relationship girlfriend, however you want to define it, show up. She has a golden retriever with her. I did not know the dog was coming. No one ran this by me. I would have said no. I pulled him aside and told him the dog had to go. He says the dog had to go, she had to go, and then he had to go. I just say, come on, man, you should know better than to bring a dog to my house. He said it's a service animal, apparently for diabetes. He thought it would be different. I said no. It might medically help her, but it's still a fucking animal. This guy sounds like he's really fun to be around. I'm sure the parties he throws are just lit. He's got to be a great time. He starts arguing, but I maintain my stance. I offer to keep it in the garage with the AC on. Oh, great. He goes and talks to the girl. She looks annoyed. I felt bad about that. They opt to leave. He lets me know I'm an asshole. My friends were all split on how I handled it. I don't know. Here's my thing. I think this guy handled it very poorly, but I also think that a heads up, knowing obviously this guy does not like dogs. It's not a mild I'm annoyed. Like, he's obviously made his hatred, his disdain for dogs loud and clear. Cover your ears, Apollo. That's obvious here. No, Apollo, we're Apollo's fourth home. He knows that a lot of people don't like dogs. But, so Well, this guy was an asshole for the way he went about it, and it sounds like he's probably just an asshole in his daily life altogether. I think a heads-up phone call, text message, whatever, hey, my girlfriend's diabetic, she has a service animal, is it cool if we bring it by? That could have avoided this entire encounter. And again, we go to two groups of people that back to back, the two most insufferable groups of people on the planet. Number one, single mothers. Number two, the handicapped, who just expect everyone to bow to them and think they can use it as a get out of whatever situation I'm in free card. No, we're not all playing that game anymore. So no, I don't think that, or I think everyone involved royally screwed the pooch, no pun intended, on this one. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, when I first read it, I was like, oh no, this guy's definitely the asshole. But then I reread it and I was like, no, they're both they both kind of suck because, yeah, I mean, obviously he has a great disdain for animals. Yeah. It's not just like I'm not a big fan of them. It's like he hates them by the way he talks about them. Oh, yeah. So it's not anything that's like new.
No.
So I think quick text, like you said, should have been.
Would have cleared this whole thing up.
Yeah.
And you might have been annoyed, but it would have avoided a public confrontation and the awkward moment with everybody else.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, it is his house. Like, yeah, that was kind of like a dick move to kick him out.
Absolutely.
Or to tell them they had to leave, like if they were with the dog. But like at the end of the day, yeah, it's his house.
Yeah. All right, last one. And the last one's brought to you by Hot Salt. If you go to firecracker.farm and use the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show, you'll save 10% off your order at the checkout on Hot Salt. Hot Salt's a combination of Mediterranean sea salt, scorpion pepper, Carolina Reaper, and ghost pepper. Hot Salt goes great on everything. And if you go to firecracker.farm and use the promo code BASED, B-A-S-E-D, like the title of the show, you'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. Hot Salt is made with love on a family farm right here in the good old US of A, so you don't got to worry about tariffs or the Chinese putting nanobots in your food to track your thoughts or any of that crap. It's firecracker.farm with the promo code BASED, like the title of the show. You'll save 10% off your order at the checkout. Okay. Last one. Do I need to read all the edits? Or can I?
I think you should. They're pretty quick.
Okay. Girlfriend. So should I start with this and then go to the edits, or
start with that and then go to the edits?
Girlfriend of 4.5 years wants her name on the house, but won't marry me or put money down. Gee, I wonder why. Huh. So I've been with my girlfriend for about 4.5 years. When we first started dating, we made this deal where I'd give her $2,000 a month. Why? Why? When we first started dating. This isn't even, not that it's excusable, but this isn't even like we've been together 3 years, so it's never acceptable. There ain't no ring on the finger. There ain't no money. Like, you pay for dates and stuff like that, that's fine. Guys, if you are seeing a girl, she does not get a dime from you. Nothing. I know guys that, like, not even married to girls. They break up 2 years later. They're still going and putting money in their bank accounts to pay their overdraft fees. I mean, what is wrong with, grow a pair, guys. It says the idea was if we ever broke up, she keeps it, but if we got married, that money would go toward a house down payment. That's stupid. Why? So you're like renting a girlfriend? It's like a deposit on a hotel room? Why would you ever agree to this? If a girl says, hey, you need to give me this has got to be a troll, right? If a girl says, hey, you need to, because there's too much effort into this to be a troll. Hey, you need to give me $2,000 a month, and if we get married, I'll put it all toward a down payment on a house, which I will benefit from. But if we don't get married and we break up, I'm just going to keep all of it, which I will also benefit from. Where's the benefit to you here? It's certainly not in dating the skank. Over time, I've paid her about $2,000. That's more than 3/4 of the country makes in a fucking year. Household income. Not like one guy. Household income. Now I'm in my mid-30s and really want to settle down. You should settle down with a gun in your mouth, dude, because you basically did that. You should be thankful you haven't married this woman. Buy a house, start a family. She says she's not ready to get engaged or married yet. Here's where it gets tricky. I told her I'm ready to buy a house and put 20% down, but I want to pause the $2,000 a month going forward. She said she's fine with that only if I add her name to the house. I said, I'm fine adding her name if we're married, or if she at least puts up a similar down payment. She could use the $110,000 I already gave her, since that was supposed to be for the house anyway. She said no. My options are, one, keep paying her $2,000 a month and just buy the house under my name, hoping she'll want to get married someday. Number two, stop paying the $2,000 and add her name to the house, even though she's not contributing and doesn't want to get married yet. How about break up with her and stop paying the money? Obviously, she doesn't want to. She doesn't want to get married. You don't. Look, I get my generation does things backwards. They have kids and buy houses before they get married because everything's so expensive. I understand that. That's a whole other conversation. That's not what I'm talking about. She does. You clearly have the financial means to get married here, and she doesn't want to do it. Why she doesn't want to do it? She could have already found somebody else. She could be looking for somebody else. It doesn't really matter. She's not serious about you. That's the important thing here. And you've been paying her like an idiot. You basically, depending on where you live, if she breaks up with you, she's not going to have to work for like a year or two with the amount of money you've given her. And if she's smart, it's been sitting there, you know, in the market making some type of compound interest. But I'm sure this dumbass has it in a savings account. Option two would save me money each month, but feels risky. I don't know. Am I being unreasonable here, or is this a huge red flag? So let's talk about risk management for a second here. Risky is not stopping paying your leech of a girlfriend $2,000 and adding her to the house anyway. Risky is agreeing to pay a girl whom you just started dating $2,000 a month with absolutely no benefit for you. All the strings attached, all the clauses explicitly favor her. Yet this is what's wrong with men. See, if your choice is to be this guy or Andrew Tate, go be Andrew Tate. I don't even care anymore. He says, all right, I think I should give a bit more context. This is his first edit of like 7 on why I agreed to pay her $2,000 a month. Oh, please, yeah, please do. Please give us some context. We have, how old is this guy? It doesn't say. We have a 7-year age gap.
I think he says somewhere he's like in his mid-30s.
Okay, so you're both adults, so it doesn't matter. We have a 7-year age gap. She just graduated when we started dating. Back then, I was 30 and making a little over 3 times her salary. She was up front, and she was worried I might break up with her after a couple years, and she'd have nothing to show for it. That is how relationships work, correct? If you don't get married, and you don't have a child, and you don't have a home together, if the two of you break up, you will have nothing to show for it. That is kind of the gamble that is dating. That's correct. She's worried she's going to be like everyone else on the planet that's ever had a boyfriend or girlfriend whom they didn't marry. Oh, no. $110,000 is more than enough to show for it. She was up front. I might break up with her after a couple years. She'd have nothing to show for it. So the $2,000 a month was kind of like a security deposit. Oh, for the love of God. This guy's pathetic. I don't even feel bad for this guy anymore. In fact, I'm mad that he's not giving her more money. I think this guy deserves to go bankrupt over this woman. Because if it's not her, it'll be somebody else.
That's why I don't think this is a troll, because I think he's just too stupid. Like, I think he's just genuinely stupid.
No, I want him to go bankrupt. I want him to feel pain. I want him to feel real financial, emotional, and maybe a little physical pain from his own simping here. Because that's the only way this guy's ever going to get any better, is if he gets fucking ruined by this woman. I want her to destroy him. I want her to marry him, keep all this money in a savings account, divorce him, take the house, take the kids, take everything. So he has to start over from the bottom and learn not to be a simp. This is the price of being a simp. A lot of people think the price of being a simp is you get with a girl who treats you like shit, or you're paying on the webcam porn and all that crap. No, sweetheart. The ultimate price of being is everyone's been a simp at one. Every guy's been a simp at one point or another in his life. But the ultimate price of not stopping the simping is financial ruin, which is where this guy's headed toward, and he deserves it. To be quite frank, it says, for what it's worth, she's smart, pretty, and kind. Oh, well, that changes everything. Yeah, she's obviously smart because she conned your dumbass into $110 out of $110,000. So she's very smart, obviously. We've honestly had a really good relationship in the last years. Yeah, I bet she agrees. She's never even once asked me to increase the $2,000, even with all the inflation. Oh! She's never asked for more money from the handout. Which I respect, he says, not me. I mean, I respect the girl's hustle at this point. I mean, there's women on OnlyFans that are showing their butthole for a fourth of this every month and have no self-respect. All she's had to do is what? Give him a little sloppy toppy once a month? Call it good? I'm sure that's all this simp needs to give to Park $2,000 a month. Edit 2, I appreciate all the advice. And yeah, I see that the majority of the people are saying just run away. The thing is, I'm almost 35. People keep saying just leave or just start over. And yeah, it sounds easy, but realistically, that means spending at least another year finding someone nice, smart, and attractive, then dating for a few years before even thinking about marriage. Oh, so you can give all your money to a new girl. By then, I'm pushing 40, and that's if everything goes perfectly. What did I tell you guys? There's a price for simping, and it's more than just money. And that's the other thing. If you're a dude who's single and is at 35, it's not nearly as big of a deal as a girl who's single at 35. A woman who's single at 35, you're at the 2-minute warning with the ball on your own 15 and one timeout left. Like, you need to get the ball into the end zone, or at least in field goal range. And you're nowhere near there. And Tom Brady is not your quarterback. If you're a dude, it's like 35. It's like, hey, it's a tie game. 8 minutes left. You got the ball at the 40. 2 timeouts left. Not a huge deal. Decent quarterback. Chad Pennington in his prime, right? Like it's you need to get moving. You start taking things a little bit more seriously. But the game is far from over, right? So it says, I'm pushing 40. That's everything gets perfectly. Honestly, what if I can't even find someone similar? Good! Oh, no. What if I can't find someone who will siphon $110,000 away from me? Let me do the math here. How? 12 times 4 plus 6 times... Oh, yeah, that'd be about $108,000. Okay, I was making sure his math was right.
He's also got to give bonuses.
Oh, too. Does she get her annual bonuses?
Yeah.
Yeah, performance-based. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But he didn't give her a cost of living adjustment raise, though. Not that 3.5% bump every year, It says, and honestly, it says, I have no idea where to even meet women my age who are still single. Feels like all the good ones are already married or taken. That is a problem at 35, but you're going to have to probably shoot a little bit younger. And that's the bright side, is if you're a guy who's a little bit older and you're looking for a woman who's still of childbearing age, on the bright side, women typically mature quicker than men. And 28 and 35, the sense of emotional maturity is not that far off the way if you were 28 dating a 21-year-old girl. So... it says, at my age, breaking up feels like a huge gamble. Oh, no. You gambled $110,000. I don't want to hear about a gamble with breaking up. You've already lost at this point. There's nothing to gamble. I don't want to end up alone or regret it for the rest of my life. You're going to end up bankrupt and alone or regret it for the rest of your life. So I wanted to say a big thanks To everyone who commented or even spent extra time DMing me with advice on my situation, I really appreciate the thoughtful input. Some of you shared personal experiences and helped me see things from different angles. After thinking it through, I've decided to go through with option 3. I'm planning to talk to her about it this weekend during our usual Saturday night food adventure. We aim to try at least one new restaurant every week. How much do you want to bet she's never once paid for it? Here's option 3. I'll put down 20% on a house. She can choose the one she... Oh. Somehow option 3, so after all these people talked sense into him in the comments and the messages, option 3, I'm going to read this to you because I skimmed it just now, is worse than the first 2 he had. Here's option 3. I'll put down 20% on a house, and she can choose the one she likes as long as it fits his budget, so she can't overspend on his behalf. Can I have a drink of that? Or is there anything left? There's nothing left I don't want. It's a Starbucks pink drink. Alpha male right here. Masculine. It says she'll still be able to live there rent-free. Oh, good. Good. But I'll stop sending the $2,000 monthly support. Instead, I'll just put it into a separate savings account every month. If we end up getting married, whether that's in a year or 2, I'll add her name to the account so she'll have access to everything, which is what... I mean, I don't think you should be putting money away for this girl in the first place. You should focus on yourself until you're married. This is what you should have... That's the part you should have been doing all along. Whether that's in a year or 2, I'll add her name to the account so she'll have access to everything that's been saved starting from the next month. So then she can divorce you 2 years later and take all of that money and run. Okay. I hope that gives her a little extra motivation to think more seriously about marriage sooner rather than later. If not, I'll still have a solid savings account building up for myself. All right, last update. She went full rage mode and dumped me. This was the best option. This was the best possible outcome. Told me she's been so nice to me all this time by not raising the $2,000 a month I was paying. Like she's his landlord. Now, apparently, the new rate to keep her as just a girlfriend, not a wife, is $3,000 a month. She's like doing Donald Trump art of the deal here. Like negotiating. Oh, you still want me? Just went up. $3,000 a month, buddy. I told her no. So, yeah, she dumped me, moved out today. Now it's just me, an empty apartment, and no one to talk to. This has to be a troll. This has to be a troll.
I don't think it is.
Oh, no. If you look at his posts, he's like, weighing out the options of like condo versus house in Orlando. And then an hour ago, he posts, what all should I put on a dating app for personal info? No, this is a real guy. Here, buddy. The first thing you should put is easily parted with my money. That's like... Just make sure the next one, you like I said, Donald Trump art of the deal, you always start off way smaller and you know you're going to get. So be like, hey, this next girl, I'm only going to pay her like $300 a month. By the time she negotiates and you come back with a couple counter offers, you'll be at like $1,200. You'll be saving $800 a month on your next girlfriend, minimum. So there you have it.
I think the best part of the story is that you can see how it progresses on the side through his other Reddit posts.
Did you look at his other account?
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Yeah, so he's got... Yeah, he hadn't really posted much else about... I was seeing if he had anything else here. Yeah, no. What do I put on dating? Let's see. What's this say here? When you're making a dating app profile, how much do you actually share? Like, do you put your height, weight, job, age, income, education, or just keep it vague and let people find out later? I'm curious where people draw the line between being open and keeping a little mystery. There's being open, and then there's giving $2,000 a month to your girlfriend. I bet she was fucking somebody else, don't you? She had to have been.
Probably.
She had, if you're just giving her money, dude, she has no respect for you. She has no respect for you. She basically sees you as a sugar daddy, as an ATM, as a bank, right? So I guarantee you there's no reason she's not out fucking somebody else. Guarantee it. I would bet $2,000 a month that she is. Anyway, that has been our show. We will see you guys on Saturday or tonight. We'll see you tonight at the Brett Lindstrom campaign kickoff over off 156th and Dodge. I'll give you the address one more time. It is EZ Place, 15761 West Dodge Road. Starts at 6 p.m. It's free. They got food. I think you got to pay for your own booze, which is fine. It's fine. They can't be bribing you with booze or anything like that to vote for them. But go out and meet the campaign staff, meet the candidate himself. Most importantly, meet us. We are the guests of honor, the VIPs for the night, the red carpet rollout. We'll see you there, 6 p.m. Cheat on your taxes, not your spouse, and stay based.